How do you become a successful real estate agent? This is something that I've been asked a lot. The thing is about success, as much as people are chasing it, it actually is pretty simple. Success can be broken down to three things. First, it's having a plan. Second, it's being consistent on the execution of that plan. And third, is doing it with a great attitude. So you gotta start with the first thing. And the plan always starts with, what is it that you want to achieve? Truly, success comes into play when you feel successful. What does success mean to you? What are you trying to achieve? What do you want out of this career? And when I ask you that, you have to ask yourself, what's gonna make me happy, right? Because when I was doing this in the beginning of my career, and I was achieving in what many people's eyes would see as successful, I wasn't feeling it. Every single time I would achieve something, I would want more, and I would want more, and I want more. And all of a sudden, I was doing really well in other people's eyes, but I wasn't feeling that great. I wasn't that happy at all. I just felt empty. I felt the more I would get, the more empty I would feel. So I had to learn that I had to figure out what it is that I was actually wanting to accomplish. So you basically have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is the end all be all? Making money is great, that's fantastic. But money's not all thing. You need to have a feeling of accomplishment of what you're doing. So what is it that you want to accomplish? Do you want to rent a certain number of houses every single year? Do you want to sell a certain amount of houses every single year? Do you want to start buying a certain amount of investment properties every year? Whatever it is, it's fine. You have to make sure that it's something that you down here really want to do and then be able to act upon. The next step, once you have your goal, is you want to get a game plan behind it. The game plan in real estate is actually something that you can break down on a day-to-day basis, because you have to understand, you can't control results, right? You just can't do it. You can say, I want to sell $10 million in real estate, but that's just talking about a goal, right? You have no control of that. What you have control of your day-to-day activities, right? So you have to control your controllables. I love that. When I learned that, it changed my perspective forever, because once you control yourself and you can control the activities, then you can really start seeing the achievement. Activities breed results, right? So those are the things you have to focus on, are the activities. You have to break down what those activities look like, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Once you have your daily activities, your controllables, then all it comes down to is the consistency of executing on those activities. That's really, really important. Where I find a lot of people fail is the consistency element of the thing. And it's not maybe because they're lazy, it's not maybe because they don't want to do it. It could be just because things get in the way, right? Life just gets into the way. We all have things that pop up, right? Good or bad, things happen. And also you get busy. You might have a full day of appointments, or you have a full week of whatever it is. But one thing I will tell you, if you don't consistently get these activities done, it's just gonna fall off. It's all about being able to execute these activities every single day so that you create a consistent flow of business. It is one of the most challenging things that I've found for people to do, because people love to make excuses, right? They say, well, I was really busy, or you know what, I just needed to take some time off. And again, taking time off is fine as long as you plan for it, right? Because if you're taking a week off, for example, then double up your activities the week before. All of this stuff, all of it makes sense. There's no secrets here, right? When somebody asks me, Greg, how are you so great at what you do? Do you have a magic wand? Somebody asked me that. Do you get people to write contracts? And I looked at her and I said, no, I'm just here before everybody and I leave after everybody. And I put in my work, I put in my time to do this. And that's what it is. She heard me talk, but I saw her not listening. Do you know what I'm saying? She wasn't absorbing, because people are always looking for the easy way out, right? They're looking for that lotto ticket. They want that overnight success. And if you want the overnight success, then I will tell you, go play the lottery. Because real estate, it's not about overnight success. It's about long-term growth of getting your activities done over a long period of time. It's compounded interest that will ultimately give you what you're looking for in this business. Third thing, you have to have a really, really good attitude when it comes to being able to execute this on a high level. I found that success is 70% attitude. That's all it is. It's crazy. If you come in with a good attitude every single day and you execute, that's where it all starts, is you coming in knowing that you're going to get this done and you're gonna be coming in with your head up high, your crown on, and you're gonna get after it. What I found is that when I don't have a good attitude, or I didn't have a good attitude, because it is really difficult, right? Like, you're not gonna come in every single day, you're not gonna be jumping up and down, skipping or whatever. But the days that I had a bad attitude and I would maybe miss on certain things, because maybe I didn't wanna call this person or whatever, I found that it was 3 times as long to get back on than if I would have just kept going. So if you think about it, if you take one day off, it's gonna take you 3 days to get back on, right? So that means if I've missed a week of activities, it took me an entire 3 weeks to get back on. So once I realized that correlation, I understood no matter what I was doing, I had to have a good attitude, because it's basically the investment into everything. Everything starts with a good attitude. The last thing I wanted to talk about is about stopping as you're going along your journey and reminding yourself to pat yourself on the back. Reward yourself for even the small successes, because this is a long journey. You're gonna be a lot of ups and downs, you're gonna have a lot of accomplishments, you're gonna have a lot of setbacks, but it's so important to celebrate yourself and your successes and taking a step back and be like, hey, I'm doing a really good job. Keep it up, Greg. I didn't do that for a long time. When I was telling you about me getting into a spiral and not enjoying what I was actually accomplishing, it was a really bad place to be in. And I realized at that moment that I had to stop and I had to say that I'm doing a good job. Because I was accomplishing really good things and big things, and I was giving up a lot of my time, and I was giving up weekends, and I was not going out with my friends, and you know, I was doing it all for a bigger purpose. But if I didn't stop and acknowledge that success, then it didn't feel like success. So just remember that this is a long journey, that this is gonna take a while, and you gotta stop. You gotta say, hey, I'm doing a great job. If you do these things over a long period of time, I guarantee you will be successful. But you gotta do it. And you gotta draw that line in the sand. And you gotta start today. Good luck.